Welcome to the second episode of the Fishbowl podcast. I'm Remy.
And I'm Hannah. And we're going to talk to you about games that we used to play as children. Not just like any old games. No. Games on computers. And on phones. And iPods. Because we used to play games on those things. And we had fun doing it. And we want to talk about it. So I will be talking about Poptropica and Tiny Tower, and Remy will be speaking about
Fireboy and Water Girl and Papa's Freezeria.
Some boppin' games, and I'm sure we'll mention other games as well, because we play lots of games. We're such gamers, you know? So now we're going to talk about what cups we brought, not cups we brought, because that's what we do now. So, Remy, what not cup do you have with you today?
Here's a knot cup. It's a little jar that we have for some reason that I use to store like bobby pins and stuff in. Yeah, just it's usually on my desk. I don't think I'm gonna drink from it because I didn't rinse it, but it's a knot cup and it's filled with water.
Why did you not rinse it?
I don't know. I forgot to, and now I'm looking at it and there's like specks of stuff in it, and I don't want to drink it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not gonna drink it.
Well, thanks for sharing. I have brought along this knot cup today. It's a big Haribo bucket box thing. And they used to have sweets in it, but I ate them all. And now it has water in it. And I could drink out of it, but I will probably spill it everywhere. So I'm not going to try and attempt that just yet, but maybe if I get thirsty, we'll see. So anyway, I guess we'll get right to it then. Let's start with Papa's Freezeria.
Okay.
What do you know? What do you know about Papa's Freezeria? What do you have to say?
What I have to say is that this game was pivotal in my moment as a child. I played it probably extensively from age about 8 to like 14. I used to play it in middle school sometimes, just like when we had computers and we were supposed to be doing work. I was not doing work. I was playing Papa's Freezeria. Mm-hmm. And then we'd also get a computer time to play games when we were like learning how to do computers.
In school, they'd just be like, just play some games now.
At some point, we were allowed to do I was not doing work. Sometimes I was not doing work, but sometimes I was doing work. And right. Papa's Freezeria. Now, are you familiar with the Papa's franchise?
Franchise?
The game
yes.
franchise.
I was a big Papa's stan as a child. I think I loved the cupcake one, Cupcakeria. I used to always go to the Cupcakeria, and I would be making cupcakes, but I would never, I would do it for as a child, I would do it quite a lot, and get up to high levels, you know.
I'd never save. I feel like I'd do it for 3 or 4 days in the game. And then never know how to save and get back to it.
Sometimes I would play it, very intensely for a long time, and then just not play it for, ever. And then I'd go back to it, but then I wouldn't be, I would only play it for, a shorter amount of time, you know?
Yeah.
I've played it recently enough where I was I remember that game. I'm going to play that now. But you'd play it for, an hour or two, and then you wouldn't save it.
Yeah.
And you'd just get up to, the bit where you can get, the St. Patrick's Day decorations with the cupcake, and then you'd go, what more is there really to get? I'm just going to stop now, you know?
Mm-hmm. I feel that in our generation, people around our age played this Papa's franchise a lot. And we all had a favorite. My favorite was Papa's Freezeria. Something about making, I don't even know what it is. Frozen drinks? Ice cream? I don't even know what it is. It's a freezeria. What more could you want? It's like milkshakes and stuff. It's great. Yeah. For anyone not familiar, this game might be capitalism propaganda. Because this game... I'll just do an explosion. Okay. You are a worker.
Explosion.
An explanation.
Right.
An explanation and overview.
Mm-hmm.
You are a worker. You just get hired by this place called Papa's Freezeria. You are working there, and you are making freezeria goods all day, every day. You are a minimum wage worker, and if you do it right, and you get to the little green bits rather than going to red bits in, mixing and stuff, that is when you get tips, and you get lots of money, and when you get tips, you can't use your tips to buy fun things in real life, or to buy fun things in your fake life. You use your tips to put back into your business. because you're a big brain individual. And
you can use it to buy clothes, though.
That's true. You can use it to buy clothes, and you can use it to buy, like, posters and stuff for the inside.
No food, though. You don't eat. You don't get to eat. Only your customers get to eat.
So this game really wanted me to have a full-time job, and I really wanted to have a job as a child. This game is an important part of my life because I spent a lot of time in it, but also it made an impact on me, and where, as a child, I was just concerned with having a job, and I thought this was going to be my life. A lot of the games that I played as a child were like, this is how to be a moneymaker. You're gonna be a billionaire kind of games. Like, there's also this other game called Lemonade Stand that I used to make.
Fireboy and Water Girl, you know?
Fireboy and Water Girl is the exception.
I'm actually thirsty now, so I'm gonna try and drink out of this thing.
I'm definitely gonna keep this in. Especially if you pour water all over your face.
I'm gonna have to go get a towel. I'm gonna
lick it
do
up,
this
baby.
well, okay? Brace yourself. Get ready for this. I feel weird because you're just staring at me, gonna drink out of this thing like I'm a dog, you know? Oh, it wiggles, it wobbles like jelly on a plate, and this I almost tilted it too much. Okay.
Are you okay?
I didn't spill it, I just like dipped my nose into the water when I went to take a sip.
I was gonna say, I'm kind of done talking about capitalism and Popper's Freezeria. It's not an exciting game.
I think it's good for like a short time, and you get really invested for a short time.
Yeah.
But you can't like
play it long time.
Play it for a bit and then come back and play it for a bit and then come back for like a long time. You have to like do it all at once and then not think about it for a year.
Also, there's intense customers that want everything right all the time. Kind of annoying.
Yeah. It's a little bit stressful, to be honest.
It is. Maybe a little bit of an anxiety-riddling game.
Inducing.
Maybe this is why I'm like this, because I played a lot of Popper's Freezeria.
Too much freezering. Alright, so I guess I'll move on to Poptropica.
Love Poptropica.
Now, Poptropica is VOP. I used to play it a lot as a child. Some pros about Poptropica: you get a little dude, and you can make it like wear whatever, and you can make it look however you want to make it look, and you can have a cool like username. And what I love about Poptropica is that you can like go and do these little quests. Basically, that's what the whole thing's about. In case you don't play Poptropica, you make a little guy, you go do these little quests, and you get things, and you can get like money and then buy some bubble gum. But there are lots of you go to different islands. You have this blimp, which I think is super cool because like blimps are kind of bougie. I don't know, is it a blimp? It's like a hot air balloon, but it's like shaped like a blimp. Anyway, you go in it and you go to different islands and you do different tasks at these different islands, and it's really exciting. The controls are really cool. You can jump up on things, but some things you can't jump up on. Which is a little bit like, let me jump on everything. I like the little touch where you can jump on like a, what's the thing? Awning?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? And you can jump and then you jump really high.
And
or
you
like
bounce.
if there's a sofa or like a bed and you can bounce. And also when you climb up ropes, you do this little like cute position. You're like, it's really cute. Anyway, one of my favorite things about Poptropica. I don't really have much to say about it other than it's really good. Did you play it? You played it.
I played. I wasn't an avid Poptropica fan, but I remember making a couple accounts just in various points of my life and playing for a couple days.
Yeah. I think that's... I don't think I ever was really like, I am Poptropica. Like...
I'm a Poptropica stan.
I wasn't like obsessed with it.
I remember doing the Willy Wonka one. That's the only remember I remember doing.
No, that's not the only remember I do. I guess we'll move on then. Well, I'll give it a ranking. I rank it maybe like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Like, it was good.
I realized I didn't even give a score to Popper's Freezeria.
Go on now. What do you give?
My score maybe be a 7.5 because it's good for a while, but then it gets boring.
Yeah. But I feel like most games are like that. Is there any one game that you've played consistently?
I don't think so.
You kind of just do it for periods of time, and then you go.
Yeah, the amount of times I've deleted and reinstalled Adventure Capitalist.
Yeah, like, I think that's kind of with every game. Like, games I play now.
Yeah.
I'll play them, and then I'll delete them off my phone because I don't have the storage, and then one day I'll be like, I used to play that game, it was so fun, and then I'll play it for, like, 2 days straight, and then not again. I'm talking about BitLife, by the way. I'm talking about BitLife.
I love BitLife. Shout out BitLife.
Shout out to BitLife, but let's not talk about BitLife because that's not a nostalgic game. We'll be lying to all of our 10 viewers if we start talking about that, you know? On to you.
On to me.
Let's hear about
Fireboy and Water Girl. The premise of Fireboy and Water Girl is that there's a boy and he has fire powers, and there's a girl and she has water powers. And they're in a temple or something. There's multiple games of it. There's like multiple versions. There's like 2, 3, 4, 5, probably like 100 by now. And you have to play, well, the whole attraction of it, right? At least when I was young, is that you would play with a friend. One of your friends would be Fireboy and you would be Water Girl or something of that sort. But for some reason, the core memories for me are me playing it by myself, but with both hands, which actually isn't that hard because you don't really have to do both of them at the same time anyway. I think one was AWSD and the other was the arrows. But yeah, it was a fun game. There's not much to do in it. Like, it was a bunch of different levels. You'd have to jump over things. Like, Water Girl could walk through water. Fireboy could not. So you need to use their powers for good, and you need to help them help each other.
Yes.
There's not much to talk about it. It's a good game. I would suggest.
Say it's better than other games because it's simplistic, but like that's what's good about it.
It's not boring.
It's like, it doesn't try too hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's putting in like not that much effort, but like that's what we want. And you can play it with a friend. You can play it alone, apparently.
I mean, I did play it with friends occasionally, but I would also play it by myself.
My siblings.
My brother would not play with me. He was in an age where he was like, I'm a teenager. I don't play Fireboy and Water Girl.
That's so sad. You missed out, Remy.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest moments of my childhood. I feel like I've had better moments, but it was one of the good ones. Yeah, I think that's really good. But you would do like multiple levels, and some of them would be too hard, and you just like not do them. And there's like you do like a couple levels,
there was
and then
like
you get more options.
That's a good. We didn't talk about the options.
You do more, and then you get more options, and then it eventually stops. I would never finish all the options.
I think that's why it's a good game. Why it's different than other like platformers, because when you finish level 1, you get options. You don't. Well, not necessarily one. But it's good that you get options because if one is too hard for you, then you can switch to another try, and you get more options. It's a great game.
10 out of 10.
Overall,
what do you give it?
I'd give it a 9 out of 10 because maybe I missed out on not playing it with a sibling.
Right. I guess now we'll move on to Tiny Tower. What a good game.
I love Tiny Tower.
I just recently re-downloaded it because I was like, I remember this game and it was so good. And now I can't stop playing it. So that just goes to show how great it is. Basically, for anyone who doesn't have Tiny Tower, never had Tiny Tower, doesn't know the joys of creating a little skyscraper. Basically, you create a little skyscraper, and you can have like different types of. You start off with just the lobby, and then you can build another level. So each level, there are like 6 different types of levels, I think. You have the residential level, a food place, creative,
retail,
the yellow one.
That's what I was gonna say. The yellow one.
The yellow one and the
blue one.
One of my
blue ones is college. What would college be?
My blue one is device repair.
Mine's college.
Service.
That's what it is.
What
yellow ones do you have?
Casino, dance club, nightclub.
Entertainment, maybe?
Entertainment, that sounds right. Basically, for each residential place, you get 5 bitizens.
5 bitizens can live there. You don't get them.
5 bitizens can live. You don't get them. They have to come to you, or you use a VIP. We'll talk about those later. We'll get to that. And so you can have up to 5 citizens in one residential place, and then for each like shop or service or whatever you would call them, you can have up to 3 citizens working in each place, and for each citizen working there you can make one product. So for example, I have like a music store, and if I have all 3 citizens that are working in jobs, then I can have like I could sell like guitars and drums and trumpet, but if I only had one I could only sell guitar. I don't know if that's the actual things that they sell, but whatever. That does not matter right now. What matters is that Tiny Tower is so good. And you can get little costumes. You have to like take people up the ladder to your different stories, to your different levels, and then they'll give you some cash, and then they go buy things in your shops, and you get money from that. And then when you get more money, you can build new floors, and you can rename the floors. You can like choose a color for the color scheme. You can change the color scheme. You can move them around. What else can you do? You can get pets now, which you used to not be able to do, but now you can get a little pet. And it's like, the design of it is really cool.
It's really simple.
Like just very pixely. Basically, it's a good game. And what I like about it is that some things take time, so you have to wait. Oh, I need to talk about the VIPs. There are VIPs, also known as very important people. And you can get different types of VIPs. There's one that if you build a new floor, you normally have to wait like a long time. At the moment, I have about, 14 floors and on my new one. And every time you build a floor, it costs more money and takes longer for the floor to actually like be able to be used. And so the construction worker VIPs can take off time from the amount of time that it will take to build the floor so that you can have it sooner. Then there's also a VIP that will fill up your floor. If you have a residential place, it'll give you like all the tenants that you need. And then there's one that will stock every item on your floor, because normally you have to click and wait for a long time for everything to be filled up. And then another one that will buy everything, that will buy one of like all of one product, which gives you like lots of money instantly. I think that's all of them.
No, there's another one. There's the celebrity that gives you, if you deliver to a floor with someone's job, it makes that person, someone's dream job.
So if you have someone working in a job, and they're a little unhappy, or they're just not in their dream job, then you can say, actually, no, this is your dream job now. It's really fun. Insert little video of me playing right here. So good. So I would give that definitely a 10 out of 10. In which case
I would too.
Redact my 10 out of 10 from the Fireboy and Watergirl. Is that the word that I would use? And I would give it also 9, because Tiny Tower just trumps everything. It's just so good.
Or is maybe Tiny Tower better, so it's even more out of 10?
Oh yeah, maybe it's like 10. 12 out of 10. That's mostly all we have. I think I'd like to have a few little shout outs, because I actually found my old iPod the other day. Look how cute this is.
That's exciting.
So big and, oh, hello. Just kidding, it's not a phone, it's an iPod. And it has all these games I used to play, so listen. Olden day sounds. Shout out to Scribblenauts. Did you used to play Scribblenauts?
Yeah, I had the DS game, but I loved it.
I didn't know there was any other versions.
It was a DS game first.
iPod version, and I was like, so good. Shout out to Tasty Planet. Got me through so many hard times, you know. Then what else do I have? Temple Run.
I love Temple Run. That's one that I've re-downloaded a couple times.
I used to always, when we would go into like Apple stores, they would always have Temple Run on like the iPads, and like while the fam was asking questions, I'd like run to the nearest iPad and just play Temple Run.
Where's My Water? They also always had Where's My Water.
I don't know that one.
Oh my god, it's about a little crocodile and you have to get water to him for his shower. It's a Disney game. It's really cute.
Sounds great, but I did not play that.
It's amazing.
I'd also like to do a little a little rip mention to the American Girl game, because I was going to talk about it, and then I searched it up, and to my dismay, they don't let you play it anymore. They said, we gave you a code and everything, but no longer. It's been cancelled. I used to play it all the time, and I have notebooks full of, like, lists of things that I wanted my little mini American Girl, digital American Girl doll person to buy. All these, like, outfits and everything. And I can't get them anymore because you can't play. It's tragic. It was called, like, Innistar U.
Yeah, University or something. Which is
It
weird.
was like University.
The American Girl dolls are like
the diving game.
The diving game was literally my
Diving
favorite.
game.
The basketball game. Just walking outside of the dorm room and there was grass and you'd pass other dolls. And it was great.
And yeah, they don't let you play anymore.
And your username would be like
So sad.
your doll's name and then like a bunch of random numbers. Because everyone had the same names.
Oh yeah. That's so true. Yeah. I guess also Rip to Club Penguin. I would play that, but not as much as other games.
Yeah, I didn't really play Club Penguin.
I guess that kind of like ends our little chat there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll move on to our prompts.
Yes, we will.
I've been a little lax on my prompts. Slack? I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Lax is a good word for that.
Lax. Why do I think of laxatives though? I don't like it.
Probably from the same word.
I've been a little laxative at the moment, you know. I haven't really been keeping up to date.
I will say the same. Did we expect anything different?
No. But I have at least one thing to show. It's not the greatest thing, but it's a thing.
I have a thing to show too.
Okay, you go first then.
I'll go
Tell us what
first.
your prompt was and show off your skills.
The prompts that I chose was room full of clocks. And I drew a room with lots of different clocks in it. There's
That's
a
very
clock,
cute.
but it's backwards. There's a grandfather clock, a little watch, an alarm clock, digital clock, just another clock. And I had a realization when I was drawing this because I hate to admit this. Actually, I don't. I say it all the time. I'm not good at telling time. Because I can. It just takes a while to do the math.
Takes time.
It takes time. So by the time that I read a clock, it's not that time anymore. So I don't know if I didn't spend enough time in this in elementary school. I keep on saying time. I don't know if
Time.
our lessons weren't long enough in elementary school, but I did not sufficiently know how to read a clock. And this also could be due to the fact that I used to go over to my friend's house, and this friend, her mother was a math teacher, and on their clock, instead of numbers like a normal clock, they had equations, and the equations were hard for little 7-year-old Remy, not things that she would know. So she would look at that clock and get very confused, and I think that's maybe why I stopped wanting to know how to read clocks.
Did you stop wanting to know how to read clocks, or did you just not know how to read clocks and now you're looking for something to blame?
No, I don't know how to read clocks, but I also, like, there's a time when I was like 7 or 8 that my parents were like, this is the problem, you need to know how to read clocks. And I was like, actually, I'm good. This isn't a skill that I need.
Yeah.
So I have a digital watch now, I don't need clocks.
Yeah, I also have a watch that has the numbers go flash, but, so it's a Fitbit, but anyway. I have 2 analog clocks in my room, and they are both broken.
One you broke.
One of them I broke because I was trying to make it look all funky, you know, like spice it up a little. It's on my wall still. Make it like a bit cooler than the other clocks, you know. And I took it apart so that I could decorate it, and then I put it back together, and it didn't quite work the same. Then I tried to fix it, and it worked a little better, but still like not at all. So it doesn't tick. It just kind of sits there like a lazy clock. I don't know. And then the other one I found the other day when I was cleaning my room. It's just like a little tiny mini clock. And it used to work and now it doesn't. But I think it's like just run out of battery. So I'm not a clock killer. Mostly. I'm not a clock serial killer. I might have killed one clock. But the other one, it just died. It wasn't my fault, okay? Anyway, moving on. My prompt is when you are using a hammer, but you hit your hand, you hit your, like, thumb.
Instead of the nail.
Instead of the nail. And I thought, what should I do for this? Something quick, something easy, something fun. So I decided to make a little bracelet because I have these beads and these letters. So I'm wearing it right now. And here's what it says. It says, ow, ow, ouch, my hand, ow. And I thought, making this, I am the height of funny. There is nobody funnier than me. Because, like, I wear it on my hand and it's saying, ow, my hand hurts. And you're like, why does your hand hurt? Oh, it doesn't actually. Just kidding. Ha 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 ha. That's just so funny, It's not actually funny. It's kind of random. I guess that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video and we hope you join us next time and
bring your own not cup.